Hi, good afternoon, friends. Welcome once again. Today's topic. Today's topic um, is captivity, and I've been trying several times to record this video, but the devil doesn't want this message to go out. But I pray to a higher power than he. And friends, if you hear any noise in the background, forgive me. My kids are home, and those who are parents knows when your kids are home, it's not so quiet, not all the times. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from my notes. I composed some notes together on my mini computer, my tablet, which I'll be reading back to you guys, regurgitate. And also I'll be reading from my King James Version Bible. So bear with me. Okay, I am going to read a few Bible verses, then compare, contrast, and juxtapose words in the same verses in order to gain a deeper perspective on the verses. The Bible have many different perspectives, and it's very, very deep. Okay, so let's read Daniel 11, verse 41 and 42. This is the third time I'm trying to do this video. Daniel 11, 41 and 42. 41, and I read, Ye shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. Verse 42, He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. Okay, I did some summary because I didn't want to run off on a tangent all over the place. I wanted to remain in context, so let me read from my notes. Okay, so verse 41, I'm going to summarize the two verses. But these shall, and compare, contrast, and juxtapose. But these shall escape out of his hand. If they are escaping, that means they were once captives, even though the verse doesn't state that. But when you juxtapose, as I just said, if you're escaping, that means you were once captives. That's natural. And those who escapes are Edom, Moab, and Ammon, those coming out of Babylon, fulfilling Revelation 18, verse 4. Let's also juxtapose the word overthrown. To be overthrown means you were once free. So here we see those who were once free going into captivity, whilst those who were in captivity escapes. And Daniel 11:40 through to 45 is the Sunday law history for those who understand, for those who have this light. Therefore, the Seventh-day Adventists who are now free will willingly go into captivity, leaving their ranks, and those in Babylon will take their place, escaping from Babylon. Okay, summarizing, that was 41, summarizing verse 42. And the land of Egypt shall not escape. Let's juxtapose again. Egypt represents the world. If they will not escape, means they were in captivity and will remain in captivity. You see it? I pray you do. Another perspective / point of view, but in the same context of captivity, let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel was told by God that he is a sign to the people, and whatever he did, demonstrated back then, will come to pass. And may I add that this is throughout all generations, including now. Whatever he did stands for now. History repeats. It's for spiritual Israel as well. What he demonstrated then for literal Israel is also a sign for spiritual Israel. Let's read Ezekiel 12, verses 11 through to 13, And as I go along, I will summarize. Ezekiel 12, 11 through the 13. And I read, "Say, I am your sign. Like as I have done, so shall it be done unto them. They shall remove and go into captivity." Change of position. They were once free, but it will be changed. They shall go into captivity. Okay, summary. They go into captivity who were once free. Verse 12. "And the prince that is among them shall bear upon his shoulder in the twilight, and shall go forth. They shall dig through the wall to carry out thereby. He shall cover his face, that he see not the ground with his eyes." The prince, I believe here mentioned, is referring to the General Conference leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, whose face is covered, that he, which is they, see not the ground with his eyes, spiritual blindness, unable to tell where in history we are today. And we who are faithful are witnessing this today, because our leaders are saying there is no Sunday law in the pipeline. Also, the word ground in the text can also mean a solid foundation, / the rock, which is Christ, / the gospel of Christ, which is present truth. They don't understand present truth, the leaders, because of spiritual blindness. They need eye salves. Okay, it means all the above. The word ground, it can mean all the above. Verse 13. And I read, "My net also will I spread upon him, and he shall be taken in my snare, and I will bring him to Babylon, to the land of the Chaldeans. Yet shall he not see it, though he shall die there." Okay, verse 13 is a repeat and enlarge of verse 11. Taken into captivity to Babylon, which is the papacy today, receiving the mark of the beast. My computer just okay, I beg your pardon. Verse 13. Where was I? Okay. Yes, is repeating and is a repeat and enlarge of verse 11. Taken into captivity to Babylon, which is the papacy today, receiving the mark of the beast. And even then, as the end of the verse says, they will not see it, even though they will die there in a state of total darkness. They don't see it. How can they see it? Okay, now let's go to Ezekiel 24, verses 16 through to 24. And I'll give a summary, as I did just now. 24, verses 16 through to 24. Okay, and I read, "Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke, yet neither shall mourn nor weep, neither shall thy eyes run down." This is Ezekiel again, but this is the desire of his eyes here is talking about his wife. You could read the chapter 24, to get the understanding that this is his wife. So verse 16, Ezekiel's wife dies, representing the church, because, of course, woman is a symbol for the church in the Bible. Application, the covenant which is passed. The covenant church is passed by spiritual Israel, the general conference structure, just as it was with literal Israel. when the leaders were bypassed and Christ entered into a covenant relationship with the disciples. History repeats. The remnant out of the remnant. So, even though they are the covenant people, yet God will take a remnant out of the remnant. Verse 17. Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead. Bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. Okay, put on thy shoes upon thy feet, following the footsteps of Christ, his example, his righteousness. And you could read Acts 13 verse 25 when John says he's not worthy to unloosen the shoes that is upon the feet, the shoes on the feet. The gospel, that is Christ. The shoes, his example. The gospel is a light unto our feet. His gospel, his righteousness, his example. We all must follow. Okay. Continuing. And cover not thy lips, meaning give the loud cry of the third angel's message. And eat not the bread of men, shun men's opinion, traditions, and ideology. Partake only of the heavenly bread, the correct understanding, the heavenly bread, which is the correct understanding of the word. Continuing, verse 18. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at evening my wife died. Here you go. And I did in the morning as I was commanded. Okay, summary. Do not mourn for the dead. They have been given abundant chances. And I'm going to skip down and jump down to 21. Speak unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God. Behold, I will profane my sanctuary, the excellency of your strength, the desire of your eyes, and that which your soul pitieth, and your son and your daughters whom ye have left shall fall by the sword. Okay, the sanctuary will be profaned because Christ is no longer in the midst of thee. The glory has departed. They have been bypassed. And their children shall fall by the sword, which is judgment. Verse 22. And ye shall do as I have done. Ye shall not cover your lips, nor eat the bread of men. So we must follow the example of Ezekiel. Summary, the remnant out of the remnant will do as Ezekiel did, not walking in the footsteps of men, but rather Christ's footsteps. Okay, so we're going to skip 23 and go to 24. Thus Ezekiel, oh no, let me not jump over it. Let me read 23 because it's a continuation of 22. 23. And your tire shall be upon your heads, and your shoes upon your feet. Ye shall not mourn nor weep, but ye shall pine away for your iniquities, and mourn one to another. Verse 24. Thus Ezekiel is unto you a sign, again, according to all that he hath done shall ye do. And when this cometh, ye shall know that I am the Lord God, when it's fulfilled. Okay. 24 summary. Again, we are told that Ezekiel is a sign unto us. By the testimony of 2 or 3, a thing is established. 2 Corinthians 13 verse 1. Okay, friends. I pray. Yeah, that's it. I pray that someone received the light on this topic for this evening. But if you're still in doubt, take it to the Lord in prayer. Don't forget to like and share the video with a friend. You may leave a comment at the bottom. Okay for now. Until next time, stay blessed. Love you.